We are living in the fastest moving world in all of human history. And we feel the power of the compound effect greater than ever. AI is not only changing how we fundamentally live and work, but the time it takes to break down a complex problem has gone down significantly. For the average enterprise, this acceleration has a high price. In 2026, the worldwide spending on AI is forecasted to reach around 2.4 trillion euros. Out of that, a fourth is coming from the big five: Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Oracle, who is racing to expand the digital highway that most organizations are currently crashing on. While the capabilities of the technology has increased exponentially, the financial return doesn't follow the same story. The statistical base rate for enterprise AI pilots is a 95% failure rate to show measurable impact on profit and loss. On average, organizations are currently incinerating about 2.2 million euros in AI projects that never reach production. The time it takes to break down a problem may have gone down, but the cost to solve it has never been higher. We are witnessing a systemic misallocation of capital. The thing that is holding the potential of AI down isn't the software itself, but it's the capacity of the infrastructure. The token tax has become so high that it's difficult to deliver noticeable return on investment. This opens opportunities for companies who turn to expand the underlying infrastructure and operation to keep the AI systems running smoothly. The first problem companies faces start already at purchase. When companies buy a so-called turnkey solution, aka a product that is ready-made or plug-and-play, not all but most companies fall into the turnkey trap and treat it like a traditional software license and expect a 40% efficiency gain from day one. But the numbers tell a different story. Some estimates show that the average organization currently abandons 46% of its AI proof of concept, and 80+% of AI pilots don't even make it to production. These numbers reflect the failure to integrate the AI efficiently into the workflow. When we dig into the integration stages, we see that API costs are often 5 to 10 times higher than initial estimates when moving from a proof of concept to production. It's also a common misconception that we look at AI just as application. In reality, we often need to adjust a huge part of the technical system to make it run efficiently. This drives up the total cost of ownership of the AI, driven by architectural traps and hidden token sinks. This leads us directly to some of the main reasons of the economic failure: the token tax. The reason why ownership cost blows up lies in the way that these models actually consume data. What's drive the token tax is a series of technical friction points and token sinks that most organizations fail to account for. The first issue is the hallucination problem, often caused by improper retrieval augmented generation, or RAG in short. RAG is supposed to give the AI access to the specific company data so it doesn't make things up. But if the retrieval system is messy, the model gets the wrong information and then hallucinates a confident and incorrect answer. From an economic perspective, you aren't just getting the wrong answer, you are paying a premium for the model to lie to you. It's a waste of compute and a waste of money. Then there is the black box problem, which is the total lack of explainability. Some models give you a result, but they can't show the work. In other parts of your business, an inaudible system is a massive liability. If you can't explain to a regulator or your board how the AI reached a conclusion, the model is practically useless for high-stake decision-making. Another reason is a lack of contextual understanding. AI models are incredibly smart, but if they don't understand your business logic, they are missing the subtle nuances that a human expert catch instantly. So you end up with a generic intelligence that sounds right but fail to solve the specific complex problem your companies actually faces. Additionally, we have the over-engineered models on fragmented data that makes up the largest portion of the token tax. Most companies are trying to use high-end neural networks to process data that is scattered across old Excel sheets, legacy ERP systems, and disconnected folders. It's the definition of overkill. It's like using a rocket engine to power a lawnmower. You're paying for a supercomputer to search through fragmented files and messy spreadsheets. Because the data is unorganized, the model has to consume thousands of extra tokens just to understand the mess you have given it. If you run it in a clean and organized system, a prompt costs pennies instead of multiple euros. This is where the ROI dies. If you're paying €5 for an AI to process a messy Excel sheet just to get an answer a human could find in 30 seconds, the business logic has collapsed. You aren't automating the process, you have built an expensive over-engineered way to look at your own technical debt. At that point, it isn't innovation, you have just made an expensive hobby. This leads us to the final part of the story. If the models are a commodity and the data is a mess, where is the value being captured? The answer isn't the intelligence itself. It's the unseen software and hardware that support the AI models. This is the opportunity for specialized groups of IT consultants and AI as a service companies. They are the rescuers in this story. They don't come in selling more AI hype. They come in to perform what is essentially a structural audit. They realize that in a world where everyone has the same rocket engine, the only way to win is to build a better road. The winning IT consultant in 2026 aren't just AI experts, they are infrastructure architects. They are the ones stepping into these fragmented environments to clean up the token sinks in legacy ERP systems. They don't just install a model, they implement production architecture. They solve the RAG issues. They create explainable workflows that eliminates the black boxes. They ensure that the data fed into the system is high signal and low noise. The same logic is driving the growth of specialized AI as a service providers. Rather than offering another generic model, they are focusing on GPU FinOps and infrastructure readiness. They provide the underlying operation that keep the system running smoothly, without the costs blowing up. They ensure that the organization aren't paying for idle compute power or inefficient processing. We're seeing a move towards prioritizing operational stability over just raw intelligence. In this economy, a company's edge comes from their capacity to handle the load. The compound effect finally starts to work when the organization stops fighting their own data mess and start building a system that can scale. For the consultants and the software as a service founders, the profit is moving towards the operational side of the tech. By focusing on the system that makes the AI viable and affordable, you are helping a business turn a massive sunken cost into a functional part of their growth. We are moving out of the era of experimentation and into the operational reality. The value is no longer in the capabilities of the software, it's in the discipline of the organization behind it. Whether you are an investor, a consultant, or a founder, the goal is to stop reacting to the speed of the world and start building a system that can actually keep up. The 2.4 trillion euros being spent this year is essentially a global stress test of every enterprise architecture on the planet. Otherwise, check out my research notebook on Patreon, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.